So we've told you before that the intelligence community, meaning the CIA, has infiltrated news organizations, right? That was exposed by the Church Committee, the Senate Church Committee. William Binney has let us know that we're living in we all know we live in a surveillance state. He let us know just how horrible it is. William Binney, NSA whistleblower. And now the Democrats are actively recruiting people from the intelligence community to be in government. This is from the World Socialist website, published by the International Committee of the Fourth International. That sounds very official, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
The International Committee of the Fourth International. Can you have international in your name twice?
Oh, you can. When it's the Fourth International, they go up to
International
4.
Committee of the Fourth International? Holy cow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, where is there
Every other international only had it once, but
That's
these
right.
guys, two.
Well, there are the fourth committees. There's the International Committee of the Fourth International.
Mm-hmm.
Hold
What
on, I
about-
gotta look up the third.
Where is there a domestic committee of the Fourth International? Or maybe there's anyway. The CIA Democrats. This is an introduction. This is the part one. This is the first part of a 3-part article. So March 7th, Patrick Martin wrote this. Did you know that 1/4 of all Democratic challengers in competitive House districts have military intelligence, State Department, or NSC backgrounds? That's a lot. This is by far the largest subcategory of Democratic candidates, national security operatives, 57. Outnumber state and local government officials, 45, or lawyers, 35, corporate executives, businessmen, and wealthy individuals, 30, and other professionals, 19, among the candidates for Democratic Congress. So do you see that? So national security operatives are the biggest group. The next biggest group would be state and local officials running. The next group would be lawyers. The next group after that would be corporate executives and businessmen. Well, so of all the groups, number one comes from the national security state. Of the 122 primary elections to choose the Democratic nominees in these competitive districts, 44 involve candidates with a military intelligence or State Department background, with 11 districts having 2 such candidates and 1 district having 3. So of the 102 primary elections, in the majority of contests, the military intelligence candidates seem likely to win the Democratic nomination. And if the Democrats win in the general election, would enter Congress as new members of the House of Representatives. So the Democrats seem to be wanting to pack their congressional party full of former intelligence community people. The military intelligence candidates are disproportionately favored by the party apparatus. Oh, really? Really? Encouraged to run in districts that are the most likely takeover targets. Military intelligence candidates account for 10 of the 22 districts selected for the most high-profile attention as part of the Red to Blue program, or nearly half of them. So half of all their most important races that the DCCC is focusing on, 10 of the 22 of those people are military intelligence people. In some cases, military intelligence candidates have amassed huge campaign war chests that effectively shut out any potential rivals, an indication that the financial backers of the Democratic Party have lined up behind them. Democratic Party leaders are actively recruiting candidates with a military or intelligence background for competitive seats where there is the best chance of ousting an incumbent Republican or filling a vacancy, frequently clearing the field for a favored star recruit. So they are actively recruiting candidates with a military and intelligence backgrounds. A case in point, Elissa Slotkin, a former CIA operative with 3 tours in Iraq, who worked as an Iraq director for the National Security Council in the Obama White House and as a top aide to John Negroponte, please, the first director of national intelligence. After her deep involvement in U.S. war crimes in Iraq, Slotkin moved to the Pentagon, where, As a principal deputy assistant secretary of defense for international security affairs, her areas of responsibility included drone warfare, homeland defense, and cyber warfare. That's quite a title, by the way. She was the principal deputy assistant secretary of defense for international security affairs. That is a long title.
Yeah, a person that had to make that name tag was really ticked off.
Yes, but she only has international once.
Yeah, it's just one time. The Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee, the DCCC, has designated Slotkin as one of its top candidates. Part of the so-called Red to Blue program targeting the most vulnerable Republican-held seats, in this case, the 8th Congressional District of Michigan, which includes Lansing and Brighton. So the DCCC's designated Slotkin. She's former intelligence person doing all the war crime and involved in all the horrible stuff we're doing over in Iraq, has designated Slotkin as one of its top candidates. Really? The House seat for the district is now held by two-term Republican Representative Mike Bishop. The Democratic leaders are promoting CIA agents and Iraq and Afghanistan war veterans. At the same time, here's interesting. At the same time, such people are choosing the Democratic Party as their preferred political vehicle. I think that's interesting. That they themselves, like if you're ex-CIA or whatever, and you want to run for government, wouldn't you run as a Republican? No, they're choosing the Democratic Party. Why? Because the Democratic Party's cool with the deep state. The Democratic Party went along with the Iraq War. Democratic Party went along with the Patriot Act. Democratic Party went along with repealing the habeas corpus. Democratic Party goes along with surveillance state. Democratic Party went along with Libya. Democratic Party goes along with CIA doing propaganda on our own people. The Democratic Party goes along with all of it. The Democratic Party took the torture report and sealed it. So why would they have? They wouldn't have. See, normally you would think the Democratic Party that people from the CIA would be allergic to but that's not how it is. That's how bad they're actually choosing the Democratic Party. Isn't that interesting?
And when you look at contemporary society, there is not a conflict that the Democrats don't like.
Right?
They from Russia to Syria and everything in between. They like them all.
So,
Democrats are on board with all of them.
So this woman was in New York City. She started school. When 9/11, Slotkin, when she attended, and so she said this changed the trajectory of her future, and she became
9/11 did.
And I thought to myself, I go, well, if it really changed your trajectory, why would you participate in the military now that you know that this is a false flag operation?
Well,
so you have no critical thinking. Not false flag. Go ahead.
Yeah, correct yourself.
Go ahead.
No, you correct yourself.
Right,
You
it's
said
not a false flag
what?
we didn't have weapons of mass destruction, and she's still participating in this military
Right.
and leading forces and wants more forces to continue in the Middle East. So what did she really learn?
Right. So Iraq wasn't a false flag. Iraq was just an illegal invasion with completely fabricated evidence. We never said that Iraq attacked us. So if we would have said Iraq attacked us, that would have been a false flag. If we would have staged an attack and said, so that's what 9/11 actually did happen. We actually were attacked. It wasn't Iraq. So they used that attack to falsely invade another country. That's where the false part comes in there. So back to this. At the same time, such people are choosing the Democratic Party as their preferred political vehicle. There are far more former spies and soldiers seeking the nomination of the Democratic Party than of the Republican Party. Isn't that interesting?
I don't even understand
Isn't that interesting? No, I think I understand it because of what we just told you. The Democrats have become warmongers. There are so many that there is a subset of Democratic primary campaigns that, with the nod to Mad Magazine, one might call spy versus spy. So there's two Democrats, both spies, running against each other. The House of Representatives is currently controlled by the Republicans, with a majority of 238 compared to 193 Democrats. There are 4 vacancies, one previously held by the Democrats. To reach a majority of 218 seats in the next Congress, the Democrats must have a net gain of 24 seats. That's all the Democrats have to win. Coast to coast, 24 seats. Do you think they're going to be able to do it?
No. I don't think they can.
I don't, it should be a much bigger wave than it's going to be. I'll put it that way. They did it in 2006 with their corporatist bullshit back then. So there's a chance that they probably will do it because we'll see.
See, I would say that Bush was even less popular than Trump, though. I mean, I feel like in 2006, Bush fatigue was so.
Yeah, can you imagine 6 years of Trump?
Right. So, I
Yeah.
have a feeling, I think it's like they have a shot if Trump fatigue is that strong, and I don't know if it's that strong yet.
He already had his Katrina. It was Puerto Rico.
Mm-hmm.
So the DCCC has designated 102 seats as priority or competitive, including 22 seats where the incumbents are not running, and 80 seats where Republican incumbents could be defeated for re-election in the event the polls predicting a sizable win for Democrats in November prove accurate. So there's 102 seats as priority or competitive, and almost half of those are intelligence people for the Democrats. So that's a good article from the...
And that's just part one.
Socialist.
That's just part one. Of the 102 primary elections to choose the Democratic nominees in these competitive, 44 involve candidates with a military intelligence or State Department background. Okay, with 11 districts having 2 such candidates. So in those 11 districts, no matter who you vote for, you're getting an intelligence candidate. That's what they're saying. So of the 102 primary elections that the Democrats say are competitive, 44 of them. That's not good. It's funny to me when people who consider themselves on the left have to be taught and then still ignore why the intelligence communities aren't your friend. So there you go. Good article. I look forward to more CIA operatives in the Democrat. That's what we really need, not progressives. We need more CIA guys who are good at lying.
Who better to stand up against the military budget than people that only think in an economy of war? I can't think of anyone better.
I can't. Well, if you want to stick it back against the man, you better make sure you're still subscribed to the channel and make sure you click the bell to get a notification when we drop videos, okay? And we'll see you March 26th. We added a second show in Austin, Texas. Come see us there. March 30th, it's our next live show in Burbank, California. Thanks for your support. We'll see you there. Oh, we're on Steemit. Did you know? We're on Steemit. Our stuff is now on Steemit, and we're steaming it right now.